Is this the meeting?
Yes, come on in.
Thanks.
Hi.
You'd think with 2 mortgages out, the repo guy staking out my car, my job on the line, my wife threatening to leave, that I'd stop. Instead of staying in the chase, doubling down.
It's a disease, Leon.
Yeah, man. Look, admitting you have a problem is the first step.
Well, we've heard that before, haven't we? When it comes to addiction, there is Hollywood's depiction of what it's like to have a gambling addiction. It turns out during the pandemic, there's been a rise in those seeking help from a gambling addiction. And we wanted to turn to Michael Molthan. He is the host of M2 The Rock. He's also a recovery specialist and admittedly so transparent about it. He is a recovering addict himself. Michael, thank you for being here.
Good morning, Ron. Good morning to all of y'all.
Well, thank you. Good morning to you. And I want to talk about gambling in particular. What do you think the correlation here is for those who maybe to this point in their life have never even gone down that road and they find themselves in the middle of this pandemic gambling and they're finding some joy in it? What are the triggers for that? How does that all develop or evolve?
Well, first of all, what is addiction? Addiction is a person, place, thing, or thought that I'm completely powerless over, and as a result of it, has got my life completely unmanageable. So addiction comes in all forms, but gambling is just as deadly as all of them. And the triggers can be, the main trigger is fear, financial insecurity, and I've got to go make this big comeback overnight and try to get some money to remove the fear. And then we lose, and the fear and anxiety gets worse, and our solution is to gamble more, and it's very deadly.
So it's a vicious cycle, and it's actually not unlike alcohol in that way, correct? Like you start drinking, you have a certain euphoric feeling or a certain high. It helps forget your worries and your problems, but then your body becomes dependent on it, and so you need more in order to be at the same place. Is it the same sort of cycle that just sort of overtakes us emotionally and physically?
It's the exact same cycle, because what addiction is, based on my personal experience, I've come to the conclusion that my whole life I was seeking visible things to fix my invisible problems. So gambling addiction, any sort of addiction, is just a symptom. And we talked about on the phone the other day is that it's like a tree, and the leaves are dying, and we keep watering the leaves on the tree, and we don't know why the tree keeps dying. Well, the real problem is underneath the ground, and that's the root. So addiction is yet a symptom, but we have to look, and first of all, get honest, like in the movie clip, get honest, admit we have a problem, and put the sword down, and go seek someone who is a recovering gambler that doesn't do it anymore, and say, hey, I want what you got. Could you please provide me what's working for you? Because my life's out of control.
Let's presume somebody watching right now is dealing with that. And they know it's ruining their lives, it's ruining the lives of those around them. But they're down $3,000 and they think just one more trip to the casino, just one more game I'll bet on, and I'll get that $3,000 back and then I'll stop. Would you say to them, you have to stop now, you have to accept the loss, and you have to address the fear and then move forward?
You've already lost. So you've already lost no matter what. So you surrender, accept it right now, and get honest and get the real feeling of winning. And that is finally getting honest, which gives us hope. Surround yourself with people who can relate to you and start getting into solution. Our favorite word when we're sick is just one more. Just one more. It's going to be different this time. And it is different. It's worse.
Now, what about addiction transference? In your experience during the pandemic with those that you've counseled who have been in the past maybe addicted to drugs or alcohol, they no longer are back to that, but something has triggered a transference over to gambling. Are you seeing that sort of thing happen? And they justify it by saying, at least I'm not drinking.
Yeah, that's called cross addiction. And what happens is that's called relapse. That's when we're in full-blown relapse. When I start reaching out for visible things to try to fix something within. So when we're in recovery, we recognize our character defects and we call an accountability partner, a therapist, a counselor, a pastor, somebody, and say, hey, something's not right. I am wanting to reach out and go buy something. I don't need anything, or I want to gamble, and I've never gambled before. Why am I doing this? And we look at what's within, and what's within is I'm usually irritable, restless, discontent, or I'm thinking about myself. And once again, we get to the root of the problem. And how do we do that? Is connection with people in recovery, godly men. Men work with men, women work with women, support groups. They're available everywhere that expose what the real problem is.
Let me ask you one more question before we go. For those who are perhaps for the first time, they're gambling and they're asking themselves, or they're drinking more than they have before, and they're asking themselves, am I an addict? How do you make the distinction? Like, what do you say to someone to sort of determine if they've crossed that line? Like a social drinker versus an alcoholic, a casual casino attendee versus a gambler.
Well, we know, based on my personal experience at a very young age, I knew I was different and there was something wrong. And if I have to ask the question to myself or to someone else, do I have a drinking problem? Probably means I have a drinking problem. If I have to question myself, is gambling a problem for me? All right. Then I probably have a gambling problem. You know, I don't have a problem with Frosted Flakes. I don't talk about it. It doesn't have power over me. But if I have to look at these things, and if I'm recognizing it, I probably have a problem.
Or if you turn down an opportunity to be with people you really love because they don't drink, and without the alcohol you don't find any joy in it, that's a problem.
That's a problem. You know, the difference between a social drinker and an alcoholic is real clear. For the social drinker, the social is more important than the drink. For the alcoholic, the drink is more important than the event. Same thing in gambling. You know, gambling, if the bet is more important than the game, all right, then you might have a problem with gambling.
Yeah, you said there was a time in your life when, and we're wrapping it up here, but you said there was a time in your life where you wondered, why would anybody watch a game if they're not betting on it? What would be the point?
I did that. And, you know, and also I got so sick into gambling that I truly believe that if I was watching a football game, that I had power over that game, that I could actually alter the game and will the team to win.
Yeah, in your favor, so you could pocket that money, and then the cycle begins all over again. Michael, thank you for shedding light on this. We really appreciate it. We want people to check you out on your website, m2therock.com. You also are live on Facebook and YouTube weekdays at 7:30 Central. And overall, one of the best resources people can go to is gamblersanonymous.org. So our thanks to Michael Molthan for that, Jenny.